Good morning, it's MJ, and this is a general reading for the collective, and I'm going to use the Crow Tarot this morning for November 10th. And I want to say thank you to everyone who has signed up to my newsletter, and if you'd like to sign up, please use the link that's below, either on this YouTube video or on my blog post. When you sign up for my newsletter, what you will get is each week I'll update you on the current project. So if you do back one of my projects, or if you're waiting for an order, the best way to get information is through those updates. So I'm always posting progress, or you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. But really, the most consistent update will come via those newsletters. In addition, I'm going to send you guys discounts that are only for you. I'm going to stop doing discounts, like regular discounts. Like it's only going to be for newsletter subscribers. And then you also learn about the cards and about the artwork that make up my decks, and how the meanings are illustrated, and what I want to convey with each card, and why I choose the imagery that I choose, and the thought process behind each of the cards. And I'll do one, like for this last newsletter, I chose the Five of Cups, and I run through each one, through the Crow Tarot, the Wise Dog, and the Grimalkin, as the imagery may be similar, but it's not quite the same. And each deck has a slightly different message, although it does follow the Rider-Waite deck. There's some variables there. So let's get started. And today, as I said, I'm using the Crow spread. This is the Crow Tarot, and this is my first deck that I created. This is my first love. So the first card I'm going to choose is the energy that we're working with at this moment. And here we have the Ace of Cups. And this card is about connecting with nature, connecting with your higher self from a place of just being in love, being in love with everything around you, appreciating. When you go outside, like perhaps the quality of the air, appreciating the smells that you smell. It's like appreciating the flowers that may be still in bloom, right now. Just falling in love with nature, falling in love with your scenery, and allowing yourself to become more open-hearted as a result of this. This is where you step outside and you recognize that you're just a grain of sand in this big world, and you're part of something so much bigger. And so this is about connecting with other people, feeling true love, not necessarily like lusty love, but like real love, like the kind of love that helps you extend compassion outward, as well as sending some compassion inward as well. It's hard to extend love to others if you're not compassionate to yourself. If you're critical to yourself, you'll often find that it's really easy to be critical to others as well. Or of others as well. So let's see what energy we are bringing to us as a result of letting this open-heartedness sort of come in and take over. What a nice way to have a Sunday afternoon, perhaps, is to go for a walk in the woods and really take notice of how the colors of the leaves have changed, or the sound of the sticks that are underneath your feet as you're walking, how they crunch along. So personally, for me, it's the smell of the woods. I love the smell of the woods so much. It's like, it's effervescent. So here, we have the Six of Cups coming to us, and the Six of Cups, the story of these crows, is the story of this crow that goes back to where it learned how to fly. When it was once a fledgling and didn't have many responsibilities, it didn't have to go out and and hunt for food. You know, it was more carefree. Life was more carefree then. You know, things felt different. It, it's, you know, for me, looking at this card with the Ace of Cups, the message that I'm getting here is that when you extend yourself out there, you know, put yourself out into the world, it can be really scary, right? It can be like really intimidating sometimes to put yourself out there. But when you allow for this attitude, this playfulness that comes with the Six of Cups, this purity of spirit, you know, the seeds that you begin to plant and the strength that you've developed over the years, when you combine all of that together, it's like that's where you start moving in the right direction. This is about like releasing. I feel like what I'm getting with this is like this idea of releasing stress, releasing yourself from what is expected of you maybe at this moment, and allowing yourself to slip into that mindset of being a child, you know, and not being like an irresponsible child, but the child that allows for fun, the child that sees the world that's, you know, full of wonder and possibility. So let's see what advice the crows bring. It's a very peaceful reading so far for Sunday. I mean, it's kind of, it's fitting, I guess. And we have here in the United States, it's a 3-day weekend. There's it's a federal holiday tomorrow, so the schools are closed, the banks are closed, everything. The post office is closed. So we have a nice 3-day weekend. And here we have the Page of Swords. So this is, you know, the advice here is to speak your truth. And let's see. So the vibe I'm picking up with this reading here, excuse me, I think they got out of alignment here. Sorry, I'm trying to make them straight. I think this is just gonna have to be how it is here. The message that I'm picking up with this reading today with the crows is that I feel like what will happen is your message will become more clear. You'll get a better understanding for what you want your world to become, how you want to see yourself in your world, and you'll be able to better articulate your passions and your dreams when you allow for time to play and to go inward and to connect with your higher self here. It's like this is almost like a download. You're going to you know, and it's almost, remember what day was it the other day with the Hermit? It's very similar in that when you get some alone time, when you get some downtime, when you allow for an opportunity to play and you let go of all of the minutia that comes along with being an adult, right? Like all the stuff, all the stress you have to worry about, like, oh, did I go to the grocery store? Oh, I gotta fill the tank of the gas, and you know, and I have to pay these bills, and oh my God, I've got to take care of this and that, you know, for my child. When you allow yourself an opportunity to just play and have fun, that is what is going to help you recognize, or at least get a glimpse of, something that's really important, something that has probably been within you for as long as you've been alive, that part of yourself, that childlike part of yourself that can perceive of just different opportunities that you, as an adult, you may be passing up. Again, having this Ace of Cups here in this current position, in the present position, it speaks to me that there is a shift that's happening. Something is changing, and it may be that you're more open to this idea of connecting with your spiritual self, and maybe that you're more open to receiving messages from your higher self. Before, maybe you've been very much like, oh, I'm too rational for that. But now something may have happened where there is this connection. Something is growing within you that is a connection to divine energy, and it's opening up this door for you to relax a little bit and enjoy life and see that there is so much more out there, and perhaps escape from the worries of adulthood, or all the stresses. I mean, it's not about you like giving up, like, becoming a complete, like irresponsible person. It's not about becoming irresponsible at all. It's about recognizing that life is so much more than what perhaps we've been led to believe by society. Maybe this is about seeing that you are part of the bigger picture here, that you're a contributing member to the spiritual realm as much as to the human realm or to the material realm. So out of this, what you're going to discover is your voice. And you're going to discover who you are, what your purpose is, what your soul purpose is, and it's going to create something of value here that you want to share with the world. Something that, it's like it's going to cause a great deal of energy, like positive energy. Like it's going to get you excited. What you may find, however, with this Page of Swords, is that when you speak your truth, sometimes some people don't like hearing it. If there are people in your life who are very regimented or very just traditional, perhaps, you may find that they're not always going to be on board. But nonetheless, you're going to feel the confidence that comes from being connected to source energy, to stand up and say, hey, this is what I believe. This is where I'm moving. This is the direction that I'm moving in. And it's almost like how that kid on the playground can just make up a game on their own and they just don't care if other people don't get it, or they sing a song. Like in the middle of the grocery store, my child will just start breaking out in song and she just really doesn't care, what other people think. That's what I'm getting here, is that the sense that when you are so connected to source, you're going to be able to be free, to be yourself. You're going to speak your truth, and who cares if other people don't get it? You're living your truth here. So I hope this reading makes sense. But again, it all starts with tapping into divine energy, getting out into nature, recognizing just the beauty that is out there every day. No matter where you are, in the city, in the country, you can find things to appreciate. I find sometimes I look at the cement on the sidewalk and I notice patterns in the cement, and it looks like a painting. Like sometimes they look like Jackson Pollock paintings, and it's just beautiful. I mean, or just how the moss seems to grow in the cracks. The green is the most beautiful, vibrant shade of green. It's just, or how the gray sky contrasts with the yellow leaves. It's like no matter where you are in this world, you can find something, you can find beauty. And when you find beauty, that's what opens up your heart, and that's what opens up the door to new opportunities. So much love, much peace to you. Peace, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.